He has a writing career that spans 4 decades, a career that has produced more than 15 books. His personal life is as colorful as some of the characters in his novels, and he lives right here in South Florida. Charles Willeford is talking with Jill about his latest book. Jill?
We sure are, Peter. Charles Willeford has lived in South Florida for 33 years, and he uses the cities and countryside for his backdrops. And, of course, his latest, Sideswipe, continues that tradition. Welcome to News Center 7 at noon. Sideswiped is the third in a series of detective thrillers, mystery, crime stories that you enjoy writing about so much.
Yes.
Why do you like to write the crime stories so much?
Well, I don't know. I wrote Miami Blues. All my other novels have been straight novels, but I wanted to see if I could do it, you know. So I decided to write a crime story about Hoke Moseley, the detective, Miami homicide detective. And it worked out awfully well, you know, and when I write a novel, any novel, I write a detailed biography of my major characters. And I had so much information when I finished Miami Blues, I said, well, I might as well continue, you see.
Is he based on, Hoke Moseley is, we have to tell you, he's really not the most glamorous detective I've ever seen or read about. We don't want to spoil the character, but he's not all that super sexy and attractive. But what makes him so fascinating then, do you think?
Well, he's an interesting person. He's kind of a mix of people. He's real human. He's got sandy hair, but he's balding. He's got false teeth. He's 42. He's been in the business for quite a while now.
He's less than dedicated sometimes. He thinks a whole lot about getting out of the detective business,
yeah, well, he thinks about, like I think everybody thinks, no matter what job they have, they think about getting out of it, you know. No matter what they're doing, there's always something better somewhere else. But I think he's interesting because he comes from an old Riviera Beach conch family. You know, there's got conchs in Key West, and they have conchs in Riviera Beach. But the ones in Riviera Beach were the ones who went over to Abaco during the Revolutionary War, and then when the war was over, they moved back to Riviera Beach. And they were conch fishermen in both places.
What you spent, without giving away the whole story or about Hope, you spent a great amount of time on developing the person's character, as you said, and you spend a lot of time on details.
Yes, yes. If you're not interested in the character, you probably wouldn't be interested in how it comes out.
You've written 16 books in 4 decades. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite of your own?
I think I like the Burnt Orange Heresy and Cockfighter best. Cockfighter because it was Americana, you know, and I got a Mark Twain Award for that. And it was written about a subject that's not very well known here in the United States, although it's a big sport, but not many people knew much about it.
After 16 books, and Sideswiped is the latest, you're very popular, you almost have a cult following, but that bestseller is still just around the corner. You know, how does that feel to be a writer and to be kind of waiting, you know, after all the books you've put out?
Well, things are starting to break now. I think Sideswipe is going to do very well, the way it looks. And my older novels are being republished now. I've got 3 older novels that are coming out this month in paperback. And I've lived long enough to see my old work come back, so I feel good about that.
And that's good for Charles Willeford and good for South Florida. Thank you for coming on the show. The book, again, is Sideswiped. Peter?